the land of riches and troubles. Congo, officially called the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is a country so big and rich that it could feed the whole world. It has lush forests, mighty rivers, and mountains filled with gold, diamonds, and other precious minerals. But despite its wealth, Congo has faced many troubles. For decades, its people have suffered from wars, poverty, and corruption. Rwanda, on the other hand, is much smaller. It's known as the land of 1,000 hills because of its beautiful rolling landscapes. Rwanda has come a long way since the dark days of the 1994 genocide, when over 1 million people were killed in just 100 days. Today, Rwanda is seen as a success story in Africa, with clean streets, growing businesses, and a strong leader, President Paul Kagame. But Rwanda still carries the scars of its past, and its relationship with Congo is complicated. The story of Congo and Rwanda today is mostly about what's happening in eastern Congo. This region, near the border with Rwanda, is incredibly rich in minerals like gold and coltan, which are used in phones and computers. But instead of bringing wealth to the people, these minerals have brought violence and suffering. For years, eastern Congo has been a battleground for many armed groups. One of the most notorious is a group called M23. The M23 is made up mostly of ethnic Tutsis, the same group that was targeted during the Rwandan genocide. Congo says that Rwanda is helping the M23 by giving them weapons, training, and even soldiers. Rwanda denies this, but many reports, including from the United Nations, say otherwise. Rwanda, on the other hand, says that Congo is supporting another armed group called the FDLR. The FDLR was formed by some of the people who carried out the Rwandan genocide. Rwanda sees them as a threat to its security and says Congo is not doing enough to stop them. While the leaders argue, it's the ordinary people who suffer the most. In eastern Congo, villages are attacked, homes are burned, and families are forced to flee. Over 6 million people in Congo have been displaced, meaning they've had to leave their homes and live in camps or with relatives. Life in these camps is hard. There's not enough food, clean water, or medicine. Children can't go to school, and many families have lost everything. In Rwanda, people live in fear too. They remember the genocide and worry that the violence in Congo could spill over into their country. Rwanda is much more stable than Congo, but it's a small country surrounded by bigger neighbors, and it feels it must protect itself at all costs. One of the biggest reasons for the conflict is the fight over resources. Eastern Congo's minerals are worth billions of dollars, but instead of helping the people, they fuel the war. Armed groups like the M23 control mines and force people to work in terrible conditions. The minerals are then smuggled out of the country and sold to companies around the world, often without anyone knowing where they came from. Rwanda is accused of benefiting from this illegal trade. Some say that Rwandan businesses and even the government are involved in smuggling Congo's minerals. Rwanda denies this, but the accusations keep coming. The rest of the world has tried to help, but it hasn't been easy. The United Nations has had peacekeepers in Congo for over 20 years, but many Congolese feel they haven't done enough to stop the violence. In 2023, the East African Community, a group of neighboring countries, sent soldiers to eastern Congo to help, but Congo has asked them to leave, saying they haven't made things better. Countries like the United States and France have called for peace, but they haven't been able to force Congo and Rwanda to stop fighting. In the end, it's up to the leaders of these two nations to find a way to live in peace. Despite all the problems, there is still hope. Many people in both Congo and Rwanda are tired of war. They want to live in peace, send their children to school, and build a better future. There are brave activists, journalists, and community leaders working to bring people together and find solutions. In Congo, President Felix Tshisekedi has promised to bring peace to the east, but it's a huge challenge. In Rwanda, President Paul Kagame has built a strong and stable country, but many wonder if he's willing to compromise with Congo to end the conflict. The story of Congo and Rwanda is far from over. It's a story of two nations tied together by history, geography, and the lives of their people. It's a story of pain and struggle, but also of resilience and hope. For peace to come, both countries will need to stop blaming each other and work together. They will need to address the root causes of the conflict, like poverty, corruption, and the fight over resources. And they will need the support of the international community to help them rebuild and heal. As the sun sets over the hills of Rwanda and the forests of Congo, the people of these two nations continue to dream of a better tomorrow. They dream of a day when the guns will fall silent, when children can play without fear, and when the riches of their land will bring prosperity instead of war. It's a dream that's worth fighting for, and one day, with courage and determination, it might just come true. And so, the story of Congo and Rwanda continues. What happens next is up to the leaders, the people, and all of us who care about peace and justice in the world.